ahead of historic oral arguments that could determine the fate of President Trump's election campaign. Lawyers for President Trump appealing his removal from Colorado's primary ballot. They are arguing the president did not incite an insurrection on January 6, 2021. The high court ruling could influence whether he's disqualified from other primaries across the country. Evan Lambert is live outside the Supreme Court this morning. Evan, talk about high drama from the highest court in the land today. What are we expecting here?
Hey, Markie, in just a few hours, the oral argument made here at the Supreme Court will make history. A ruling from the high court likely to determine whether or not former President Donald Trump would be eligible to be on the ballot. The case is set for oral argument at 10 Eastern. It is called Donald J. Trump v. Norma Anderson. And this stems from the Colorado Supreme Court's ruling that the former president committed insurrection and therefore cannot be on the ballot under the 14th Amendment. A specific section of it and a key portion of that reads, "No person shall hold any office, civil or military, under the United States, who, having previously taken an oath to support the Constitution of the United States, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same." In a brief, Trump's lead lawyer, Jonathan Mitchell, argues the former president didn't lead an insurrection and that this section does not apply to the office of the president, writing, "President Trump never told his supporters to enter the Capitol, and he did not lead, direct, or encourage any of the unlawful acts that occurred at the Capitol. Giving a passionate political speech and telling supporters to metaphorically fight like hell for their beliefs is not insurrection either." The high court's decision will likely impact other state cases aiming to remove Trump from the ballot on the same grounds. In addition to Colorado, Maine found him ineligible, and cases are pending in other states, the biggest, California, Texas, and New York. It is not clear how broadly the 6-3 conservative-leaning Supreme Court will rule. They could make a ruling any time after today, and they have ruled quickly before in election cases. Think Bush v. Gore, ruling right after arguments were made in that case just a day later. Markie.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.